All right, so what we're talking about here is just the correction video that I said I was gonna send you. So one of the major things is where these prongs are. So say you're teaching a heel, right? And the dog's sitting next to you and you tell him heel, the goal is to get him next to you, right? So if I were to correct him, his opposition reflex is gonna tell him to go that way, right? Like just like if I were to push you, you would fight and push back. So one of the things that we need to look at is where that's positioned. So it doesn't really matter for when you say here or come or whatever your command is, that doesn't matter. But when you're teaching obedience later, just be aware of that. You want to make sure that this is high, right behind his ears, right underneath his chin. Just take all of his scruff and pull it through so it's nice and tough. Be quiet. Shh. That's okay. So one of the things I want to talk about is how to give a correction. So what you're going to do is you don't want to end the dog's life with it. You just want to, the goal is to create a surprise. So say he's walking off, he's doing his own thing, and you say here, he doesn't listen. All you're going to do is say no, pop, here. The goal isn't to pull, don't pull, because that's not a correction. The goal is just a pop. So it's just pop, release, here. And that should kind of trigger, the goal is to like take whatever he's thinking about, kind of change directions in what he's thinking about, and redirect him into what you're talking about. So he's off doing his own thing. You say here, he doesn't listen. Bang, no, here. And then he comes back. Just make your voice a little authoritative and then bring him back to you. When he comes back to you, it's still the same as always. You're still gonna play and tug and everything. It doesn't matter that you gave the correction. We'll go over a little bit more of that later. So we have that. The same thing with the down, right? So if this is positioned, we'll say this is his chin. You don't want it sitting here and then you say down and then you pull this way. He's gonna push up due to opposition reflex, so that's gonna fight you. Does that happen all the time? No, but it's just one or two things to keep in mind when you're using a pinch collar. Now, one of the other things that we were talking about is if you have a dog in front of you that he starts becoming dog aggressive towards. So say that's the case, he's wearing this, just reel him in the best you can. It's not gonna be a pop like a correction, it's gonna be more of a steady pressure. You'll bring him back, you'll grab his flat collar, and then you'll have this in your hand, secondary.